Peace, love, and soul abundance, family. This is Gemini Moon of Gemini Moon Soul Astrology, representing the Prophet Enoch and the Archangel Metatron and the God Thoth. Welcome to this channel. Welcome to this energetic spiritual transmission. This is going to be in regards to the full moon in Leo on February the 9th. And let's get into this. So, in lieu of everything that's going on, I want to go ahead and send up positive vibrations, send up positive vibes, and call out Kobe Bryant. A star player, a legend. I wasn't a sports fan growing up, but his spirit and his talent exuded so much light that it affected everyone. So even I could appreciate the talents, the man, the legend of Kobe Bryant. So I want to start off by saying that. I think that that's very important to ground this message and ground this energy. There's going to be a full moon on the 9th in Leo. And what this is going to be about, you guys, ultimately, is about an energetic and vibrational raising the frequency, raising the vibe. It's going to be about becoming more or becoming less by way of measuring the weight of our heart's desire to the role and the personality that we've been up to this point. Who are you and who have you been, and what is it that you want now? What is it that you want now in this moment? What gives you the most satisfaction now? What thoughts are you thinking now that are meant for your highest good? You have to ask yourself that. Creative control resides in the 5th house of Leo. Personal satisfaction through self-expression. What I want to bring to the table regarding this full moon in Leo is myself, my higher self, my highest self. I want to show the universe just how happy and just how pleasing and how much pleasure I can build up and spark within myself. You see, we live in a world that has manufactured and bred codependence. We can't see ourselves happy unless it's attached to another person or a thing or a place. And the thing about this Leo full moon is that we have to start with ourselves. It starts and ends with us. We have to understand that each of us are unique expressions of the Most High, each unique expressions of the divine. And by that basic merit, we are free to love, we are free to laugh, we are free to enjoy the pleasures of this life because they are here for us to discover. This full moon in Leo is going to be a closing point, closing chapters of self-discovery and having you enter and access new points of expression on the soul path. You have to release the dead weight of other people's expectations. You have to release guilt and worry and sorrow and kind of wake up to the present moment. This is what the full moon in Leo on February the 9th will be asking us to do. Now, I messed up because I did not look at the degrees. I just wanted to talk about this moon because I feel like I'm going through my own personal full moon in Leo right now. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I feel like I'm light years ahead of this energy, and I'm just waiting for everybody else to catch up. You know what I mean? Leo is all about personal achievement, personal satisfaction. If you understand the energy and the vibe of Leo, Leo is very, very, very self-made. Leo is self-made. You know, Leo is about pride, ego, you know, the flashy things, the finer things in life. You know, Leo kind of gathers a lot of tools unto itself. You know, it has that magnetic, attractive, that electric type of pull. You know what I'm saying? Where when Leo focuses his attention on something, a true desire, like when Leo wants something, it goes and it gets it. You know, Leo is very action oriented. Also a gambler, you know, a boaster, a bragger. You know, those are some of the archetypes of Leo. I'm not saying that every Leo is like that, but these are some of the qualities of this moon that are being sealed into and imprinted into our brains, you know, our minds. Our pathway is being illuminated by our higher self. You understand what I'm saying? I almost want to say that this full moon is begging us to come out of ourselves, to really come out of ourselves in order to come into ourselves. Many of us have been hidden for so long. Many of us have hid certain aspects of ourselves for fear of failure, for fear of being judged and rejected. And honestly, those are things that Leo kind of casts aside. You know, Leo is ruled by the sun. You know, Leo is the bright and shining star. You know, Leo has its own life force. You know, it takes each star to shine through the night. You know what I mean? The sun is a star. So this is all about personal. And I'm seeing in my head that they want me to talk about cutting energetic cords. How can we cut energetic cords? You know, what activities, what sparks can we lead with? What new muse? You know, because Leo is a muse. Leo is an artist, you know. Again, self-made, self-campaigning artist. You know, Leo is king or queen. You know, Leo is royalty. You know, Leo is ruler. Leo is, you know, it is fixed fire. So how to really connect this energy is when you think about the new moon that we just had on the 24th in Aquarius. This was about sparking the new way. This was about kind of sparking a new frequency of thought, you know, getting out of old habits and sparking up new intentions regarding to our goals and dreams. Because what's happening is we're starting to become the vibrational match to everything that we want to see and dream and create. We have to become the vibrational match. The new moon in Aquarius was square Uranus. So Uranus is very much about change, rebellion, you know, breakthroughs, you know. So this was about emotional breakthrough. That definitely was about emotional breakthrough through the realm of thought, through jumping to a higher frequency. Then our emotional body starts to lift, and then our bodies start to get in line, you know, coming into full alignment with our dreams and with the future and what the most high, what is the highest truth, you know, what is your mission statement? This full moon in Leo, everybody knows that full moons, or we should be learning by now that full moons are closing points. They are endings and beginnings. With the new moon, there's a new beginning, and also things are ending, starting to end. So now, once the moon travels around and gets to Aquarius' opposite sign, Leo, there's this completion. There's this new vision now that has been seeded, that has been determined, and that has been manifested. You know, plans are coming into full view. So with this Leo energy, this is going to be a closing of a life cycle. You know, the new moon in Aquarius was the beginning / ending of a certain mental routine, a certain frequency, a certain vice was cut off, or a new, you could say, even a new A new dream was seeded, you know, through intention, through affirmation, through acknowledgement. Now with the full moon, something has fully been illuminated within our subconscious, something that needs to be now cut off. Whether this be a karmic contract, whether this be who you thought was your soulmate, whether you think this is the job that I want, this is the job that I've been doing, there's now new shoes to fill. You know, we're breaking into new shoes, we're breaking into new roles. The thing about Leo energy is Leo will create a story for itself. You know, this is why Leo is so important. This is why this full moon, and this is why astrology is so important, because, you know, we're studying the stars. That is astrology, is a study of the stars, study of the planets, you know, and their motion. Through studying astrology, we're able to rewrite our story by studying ourselves. Leo is the sign of creative self-expression, sex, pleasure, enjoyment, entertainment. You know, I named a few very, very inherent qualities of a Leo personality. Now I'm talking about the house of Leo, the 5th house, you know, of sex, you know, pleasure, music, enjoyment. You know, the Leo rules over, well, the 5th house rules over what we enjoy. You know, it rules over that childlike expression, you know, that childlike impulse, you know. This is why Leos can turn out to be, like Sagittarius, like its mutable fire sister sign, so lucky. You know, they're brave and courageous and playful, you know. This is going to help us to really, really step into the new story, step into the path, you know. Completing old life contracts, because see, with the new moon in Aquarius that happened on the 24th, that was about starting the new chapter. Definitely starting a new chapter, writing a new book. As a matter of fact, on that night, I opened up a completely new journal, fresh. You know, had other stuff written in other books and other notebooks that weren't completed. But I said, this new one, I'm going to just start a fresh new page, fresh new start, you know, get on a brand new, fresh wavelength, you know. So with the full moon in Leo, for many of you, this is going to be like, it's going to be starting something new. You know, you're going to be becoming the mountain. You're going to be reclaiming your time. This is a time for all of those who have been, you know, cast out, downtrodden, or the widow, the oppressed, the fatherless, those who have been seeking any type of clarity and salvation, you know what I mean, refuge, you know, because Leo is a protector, you know, Leo is a protector. Leo protects the things that it loves. It protects its brand. You know, Leo does have that, kind of innate responsibility to be there, you know, like the sun. The sun is always there, rising and falling every day, but it's always there. You know, so Leo inherently knows that it has a mission, it has a destiny, it has a purpose. There's a divine spark. It is that divine spark. So I guess my overall message is become, you know, the mountain, becoming the vibrational match to what you want to be. So what this is going to illuminate in our souls and in our psyches is the will, you know, the emotional will to be and to become something by almost pretending as if we are, even if we don't have all the tools there. You know, Leo draws all of its own nature to itself. You know what I mean? Leo, and what I mean by that is that Leo knows how to gather, like, you know, Leo is the star, you know, so think of an actor, you know, think of any type of creative field where there's a lead and then there's the supporting roles. You know, what is the star without its supporting roles? Its supporting roles. So, you know, this could be about, for many of you, musical, creative, artsy, very arts-based expression. And for many of you, this may just be some type of special skill, talent that you now want to discover. This is about self-discovery. So what I'm going to say about this and what I'm interpreting is really cutting off old relationships and friends and cutting out old habits completely and sobering up and kind of really seeing the light. You know what I mean? Other aspects that's going to be made to this full moon is going to be the square between Uranus and Taurus. Well, there's not going to be a square. But Uranus is in Taurus, and that does make a square to Leo. So it won't be an exact square, but it'll be, that energy will still be there, that type of tension. So there's going to be this rising up. You know, there's going to be this demand, this need to really engage and kind of put a stop to something. I'm feeling like for many people, this is going to be where people find, you know, their sense of hero or their sense of, you know, sovereignty and power, and really expressing your pride, expressing that personal power. So for many of you, you're going to leave jobs. You're going to leave behind a lot of dead weight, a lot of, and I feel like they need to say that a lot of damage will need to be done, you know, in order for, you know, there to be a change. You know what I mean? There needs to be, this is about transformation, you know, transforming, you know, how you see yourself in the world, your role, you know, through creative self-expression, through that childlike impulse. So for many people, and I'm going to get deeper and say that this is going to be expressing new imprinted ways of being and believing and seeing, you know, through going deep within your ancestry, you know, waking up along the soul path. You know, the fixed signs, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Leo, all are they're placeholders for things that are more eternal and more primordial. The sun, you know, the stars are primordial. They have ordinances since before the beginning of time as we know it, you know. Taurus is the earth, you know what I'm saying, our five senses, nature, you know, beauty, you know what I'm saying, the landscape. Then Aquarius, you know, it, again, is the cosmos, you know what I mean? It's the cosmos, you know. And then you have Scorpio, which is fixed water, which you can equate that to, you know, your bones. You can equate that to your organs. Like, these are all things that have a design since way before time, you know. And when you deal with the cardinal signs and you deal with also the mutable signs, those are things that are much more about initiating change. You know, those are things that are much more changeable. You know, all things must change, but within the fixed signs, these are things that really just, they don't necessarily change, but they transform, which transform is change. But the thing about, it's almost like me saying, you know, what is it? Air, liquid, and gas, or solid, liquid, and gas. You know, it didn't really change. You know what I'm saying? It's still the contents are still the same. It's just changed its form. It's still H2O, but it just changed form, right? I hope this is making sense. This is about stepping into real power. This is about really, really stepping from within, you know, interpersonal relationships, really, really branding yourself. This is a time to really, if you want to start a new business, you want to do something that's unorthodox, something that's personal to you, something that really holds space in your mind that you know, and it may seem unorthodox or like a challenge to get it going. I bet you, if it's what you're best at, and if it's what you truly love, you know, that's the thing about this. This is going to be a very, very, like, there's going to be a 5 of swords, 5 of wands type of feel to this moon, meaning there's going to be a need for change. There may be some disruption, some arguments, some type of drama, some type of miscommunication. ego-based, karmic, slates being clean. This is going to be the end of a life cycle. The new moon Aquarius was the beginning of a new mindset, or a new kind of discovery, about yourself. And now this full moon is going to end a certain life pattern. So this is very karmic. This is very, very much about past lives. You know what I'm saying? Even past lives, but within the last 20 years. You know what I mean? Past roles that you've played, past clothes or outfits or lifestyles that you made, that you used to get yourself through. We're throwing away the old density so that we can rise up as the sun, and fly free, free within the love that we choose to portray. So I hope that this made sense for you all. I'm going to come right after this, and I'm going to go in the house, and I'm going to do a video where I read for each of the signs, do a card reading for each of the 12 signs, and just get messages for each of you, because I feel like this is the first full moon of 2020, which is very, very important to say. So this is really the closing of a whole life cycle that within the last 10 years, within the last 20 years, 30 years, has had a hold on you, a paradigm. This is truly a paradigm shift, a new framework to live in this reality, that we're building. And it's being done through magic. It's being done through sorcery. This is about source abundance. And that's what I want to say about Leo, is that Leo is its own source of light. Leo is independent. It's intelligent. So this is really about personal satisfaction. I said it about the Aquarius new moon. This is about personal satisfaction. And really, really, yes, breathe in satisfaction. We all have to breathe in more satisfaction. Shout out to Michael, the peace dealer here on YouTube, who, whenever he does meditations online and he leads his followers and his subscribers and the people who watch his videos like me through meditation, he always says, breathe in personal satisfaction, then release gratitude. So this is one of those things where if you're not sure, breathe in personal satisfaction. Just breathe in satisfaction and release, and allow the breath, to guide you. Allow what you love. Allow the things that make you laugh and the things that make you sing and your heart feel overjoyed and hopeful to lead you in this time. This is a part of it. This is a part of it. Everything requires a process. The process, it's about the process. Life is a journey, not a destination. And if we can enjoy the process, if we can just enjoy the process, then you will manifest. You will see that the process that you're going through is the manifestation, that you're on your soul path. For many people just want confirmation. I think that this full moon, for many of you, this is going to be about stepping down from certain roles and then having to also uphold other people. There's going to be a need to release pride and ego in order to find somebody else, let somebody else take the lead. And then for many people, this is also about cutting off old routines, old habits, old ways of being energetically. This is going to be a huge energetic closeout, huge energetic, vibrational. This is going to change roles. This is going to be about changing roles. So, by that time, we'll still have Mars in Sagittarius, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? We're going to have Uranus either at the very, very end of Aries or at the very, very first degree of Taurus. So there is definitely going to be this, it's like things are going to come up that seem very impure, and we're going to have to kind of fight a little bit, but fight with peace, fight with peace, and, exude justice. This is going to be a time of justice, a time of justice. Last night, P. Diddy was or the night before last, P. Diddy attended the Clive Davis pre-Grammy Gala that happens every year before the Grammys. For any of you who know who Clive Davis is, he's a big record producer, discovered Whitney Houston, a lot of people. P. Diddy got up and did a speech, and he said, I have to say something to the Grammys. He said, the Grammys, y'all be killing us every year. He said, y'all never truly honored and respected black music and hip-hop music. And he said that ends now. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of end this video with this and kind of just say that it's time to, if you're a truth sayer, if you're a wayshower, if you're called to preach and teach this new age knowledge, you know, or if you're called to stand up against systems, this is that time. This full moon is gonna clearly show you how to move forward, how to step forward, and what you can use as a stepping stone to get to the next level. So thank you guys so much. This is Gemini Moon Soul Astrology. I represent the Prophet Enoch and the Archangel Metatron, Thoth God. Peace, love, and soul abundance, family. Hope that you enjoyed this transmission. Bye.